This looks a little broken. What happened?
Brokey.
Well, I guess we're going to get into that this week.
What is that?
Well, it was a connecting rod on our blow-up motor, which is right there.
Connected.
It's disconnected. So there's a, it's supposed to look, well, I can grab another one and show you, but this part of the motor right here, this part is supposed to be over here, and that's supposed to be attached to it on the crank, but this was inside the motor when I opened it up. That just laid open, but the crazy thing is this kept moving. So whoever was, all y'all that were at the show and saw the motor kept trying to start and start again. Yeah, this is what it's supposed to look like.
Oh.
So, and that's what it looks like now.
It doesn't look like that.
So, but anyway, so I opened up the motor real quick to see, and also we have our little, we'll call it a camshaft, but it broke in 3 places. But it pushes the push rods.
So that thing went long, over 25 minutes. What were you thinking as it was going and going and going?
I was thinking, man, why can't they all run like this? Nah, they do though. But this way, it had rust pouring out of it and everything. We got it out of a field and stuff. So anybody was at the show, or I guess we'll be putting a video of that on there, right? So, but you can see the metal shavings in here. If you come around this side, you'll see where this piston were. That's the side where the collar was, and it ate into the case right there. So all these shavings here, but it kept going. It went, like we said, 23 minutes, and after it lost 2 cylinders, it kept running full tilt for a while. So it did that. It broke valve springs and valve seats, and it was at 575 on one of the heads when I was going to it. So, but it kept all together. The crazy thing is the piston that's on that is the rings are still intact and weren't letting nothing go by. It didn't burn the rings up or nothing. So. And it was still moving because on the case where that side is at, we can't really get to it, but it wore a groove in it as that broken piston was still moving.
Oh, man. Well, it was
So a little testament to VW motors that just keep on going when they aren't supposed to. So
what do you think that engine was?
it came out of, that motor came out of Mr. Bordeline's 74 GS. Okay. So it's at least that old.
Yeah.
And had been sitting outside. That car, he said, had been sitting for years, 20-something odd years. So.
Oh my gosh.
Just sitting there.
50?
Yeah. So we didn't do a whole lot to it for y'all that saw it. We just we didn't even add any oil to it. We just put a distributor, put on our test stand, fired it up, and there she ran. I did tune it, but I tuned it a little bit. But yeah. Anyway, so.
All right. Well, cool. Let's see what else is going on.
Let's go walk through here. We'll start back here. That way we can work our way back through in an orderly fashion. So we got Spook back here painting on the Cripes car, which it's bluish now. So he's back here, sandy.
Denibbing.
Look how blue it is now.
This came out of the booth yesterday, so let it sit up overnight, and I'm doing a quick nib and denib. And
so is this called color sanding?
Yeah, it's called color sanding. So back in the day when color was all one thing, you would get liquid color water, so that's why they call it color sanding. Mm-hmm. So that's what it is.
They used to do it wet, right?
Yeah, it's a wet sand. I'm doing wet sand right now. So the reason for this, the dullness, is I actually did a 1,000 pass so I could see all the D-nibs and just go through quick to take care of the D-nibs, and we'll just bring this whole thing back up to shiny
Can you explain in layman terms what D-nibs means to people that don't understand? Like
so, me? Yeah. So no matter how clean the booth is, that's got even hard to see in here, you'll get like little specks in the paint. It's just airborne dust, like little things just like that, just like that.
So you're just sanding them out.
So I'm literally sanding them out, and I'm using an aluminum block and a 1,000 piece of paper, which is now garbage because it's hit the floor. That's okay. I've got other wet paper, and it's been sitting overnight. So we cut that down to 1,000, and I'll quit polishing, or I'll quit sanding at 8,000. But this is all machine work, so it'll go back pretty quick, and then we'll do a real quick buff on it to get everything done, and should be. This should be out of polish this week.
Wow,
so,
great.
Ready to be mounted on its chassis.
Then we can go off to the other things after I do the undercoating, and we'll paint the other sections of panels.
Heck yeah.
All right.
And then this one will be done.
Yeah, all right. Keep it going.
And then we send this one on down the line, huh? We got Miss Riley's car in here, and it's getting its couple and Miss Riley, I know you were wondering, you've been emailing, calling. We're waiting on a part for this trunk here. We'll call the trunk, even though it's the engine bay / deck lid. So there's the latch where this comes in. The one that came with the car was malfunctioned, so we had to order one, and apparently still backed up from COVID, and I'm waiting on it to come. So that little part's keeping this from going. The car's running and driving. Corey was doing a couple little things in there, like we got some window crank issues and little stuff like that. But really, we're waiting on that. So, but yeah, it's going. It's driving, running, driving. We put it out there on the show. People liked it.
Oh, they loved it.
So yeah, we should be just barring whenever that piece gets here. I mean, we should be really close here.
Well, and it always gets like down the onesie twosie stuff. It's just like
it is always the onesie twosies for some reason we can't get.
Right,
yeah. So
I call up my parts guy. Like usually I order before 3 o'clock and I have it the next day. And I called on that and he's like, yeah, nobody has those. We're gonna have to get it. So, anyways, little things like that. You just gotta be patient. I'm sorry. Trust me, we want it gone so we can get the next one in here. Then we got Mr. Ferguson's Fergie II in here, 65 Beetle, and it's literally pretty much waiting on interior, but we're doing a couple little things on it. We had it outside in the show too, and we're doing a couple little things. But yeah, it's not a full resto, but just pretty much waiting on that. We're waiting on a wiper motor too, which apparently in 65 is 2-year only wiper motor, so making it real fun to get that too. And we can't put the radio back in because the radio bracket mounts to the wiper motor, which we don't have a wiper motor, so we're waiting on the wiper motor to put the radio back in. Can't finish wiring the car until we put the radio back in. We can't put the radio back in because the wiper motor's not here. See where we're going with this? That's how it works. So Mr. Gazzo, half of your rear end stuff came in, and so we've already started disassembling the rear end here to switch this car over to IRS. So we took all the spring plates off. They're going to be shorter spring plates, and it's going to mount up in there. We have to weld that on, and the tranny, we're waiting on the tranny still. It's the only part left, and then we'll build this thing in. So we've started that. We're back to work on Mr. Gazzo's car. Yay, something's going on that. Miss Bogan, your car's coming along. We're waiting on, we were waiting on it. Here's you go. This is how excited I get when a parts. This little box has a ignition switch for this 70 Beetle. I've been waiting on this for a couple weeks, and here it is today. And that is holding up the wiring being finished and everything being turned on us and starting this car, all because of this guy. But here he is. It's like a $30 part. Been waiting on it. But anyways, there's that one. So we're going to get that wired up and boom. Yeah,
That's nice.
Pretty nice little car, really. So her interior, we'll throw it in there when we get this done, and then we could start. That's really what I'm waiting on, is being able to start it, and that's what was holding me from starting it. So they're out here welding feverishly, tandem teaming on this 74 convertible Gia for Mr. Bordeline, which would be the next one to go in there to Sandy, poundy, butter.
No, I think I'm going to take him back and make him do all that.
So somebody's doing it back there, though.
Yeah.
A bunch of beating and kicking.
Yeah, there'll be some metal work because part of his next set of training is taking out bolts and screws that he misses when it's in the metal shop.
Right.
Otherwise, he has to do it after paint, and then I still got to teach him how to move metal with his mind.
We're constantly. Is that a Jedi Knight thing?
Yep.
I was about to say, let the force be with you.
Wow, I want to learn that too. So
You don't have the patience for that.
But-
Padawan then.
You don't have the patience for
I
that.
definitely
Your
don't.
mind too, don't you? Yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
He wants to just move his mind. Let's start there.
There we go.
Let's just move. Let's start there, and we'll go from there and progress.
I just think of Quaid from Total Recall.
Yeah.
Come on.
But that's we got a lot of things moving quick on his, even though we're kind of a quagmire because the car needs a lot of body work. So it's about to have all the rough metal done, and it's going to go back there, and they're going to do that. In the meantime, his pants and over his brake kit came in from Cripes Customs with Willwood 4-piston calipers and all that. So we're getting that on there, which is going to be, like I said in the previous videos, we're waiting on that. So now that can go, and we can get all the brakes up and running, which then we could put. I think he decided he's going to go with some stock wheels. So we're going to go stock chrome wheels, I think, unless he's changed his mind. He's having a custom shifter and pedal set made from Kevin at Airkooled Kustoms too, so it'll be coming. And but this should be a rolling chassis here in a little bit as soon as I get a yay or nay on these wheels. I think he's going, like I said, stock Ghia chrome with chrome caps. That was the last I heard. He didn't pick a paint color yet. We got to send him samples. We were going dark blue, and now we're going light blue.
Okay.
So well, that's the next one. He's going to mix up colors and send a color sample out too. So
Making any custom colors or?
It's going to be a custom because the only thing the client sent us was a bad cell phone picture, which is heavily pixelated.
from a Ghia in the UK. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
But it's good enough to get us. We'll get three color shades of it and get it close to him and send it out to him. As soon as he says yay, then. But it's a little ways away from painting, so we're really not to that stage yet. But anyways, we're trying to stay ahead of the ball instead of.
That's at least a month and a half.
Yeah, so we got time still on that.
There we go.
So we'll get this guy rolling. You saw Mrs. Cripes' blue car, so when it comes out of the paint, this is pretty much waiting on it. So we'll put the new seal on it and drop the body on there, and then we can finish doing everything, pull wire, get their interior's already here, get it all together. The motor's sitting there, it's already tested on the test stand, waiting to go back in the car, put it on there, and boom, 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 it should move real quick, and it should get out of here too.
So it should be maybe next week that'll be out of the paint shop.
Yeah, and then it'll be in here, and then we'll move this into there so it's not sitting out here in the
pretty
dirt. This is my dirty, dusty area. Although if you look everywhere, it looks like that, but this is really dirty, dusty area because of those two.
We want to say thank you to everybody who came out for Lowdown in Dubtown, our 17th year in business, and we raised over $2,000 for the
St.
charity.
Jude's. For St. Jude's.
For St. Jude's.
Well, no. It was actually about 1,600.
About 1,600. I'm sorry, I got the numbers off.
That was the shirt from the show. So we do still salve shirts. So this is the show shirt.
Going on the website.
That's the front.
Yep.
And then we've got also our regular shop shirts that all the guys wear here that we have all year long, which has got the same logo on the front.
This is just
with
our
the big
classic.
logo on the back. So we have both those in all sizes.
All right.
So
Well, not all sizes.
well, we got all the way up to 4X. So I mean, yeah, we don't have 10X. That's for sure.
That's true.
That is one of the sizes.
So, but we want to say thank you to everybody come out and supporting the show
Thank
and
you so much to all our sponsors.
and suppliers. And all
Yeah,
that
we had a
stuff,
good
so.
show. We
Good
gave away a
show.
lot of stuff, and we had some good trophies. We gave away. The weather was perfect. We did all that finger crossing worked.
Yeah.
No rain before. It rained today.
Yeah.
Or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. So, but it stayed dry all the way through. It was nice.
It was a good day.
About 70 degrees.
It was a good day. We enjoy doing that. So, I think it's time to say that thing and
Yep.
say, hey,
Goodbye, nice
nice
people.
bye, nice people.